Dude, the Gulf of America.
It's gonna be awesome.
Glad we got our priorities right.
Yeah, that and the plastic straws, dude.
We're going back to plastic, baby.
Eggs are still $10, but the fucking plastic straws are back, bro. No more paper straws.
Oh my god, dude, we're so fucked.
It's gonna be funny in like 50 years when we're like, hey, you remember that fucking 10-year period where just shit was crazy?
Dude.
Where everything sucked all the time.
Yeah.
Welcome to the shit, boys.
Yeah.
Welcome to the shit.
It only goes downhill from here.
Dude. That's a great way to start off our app. Welcome to the Mathrock review. We're gonna be...
It's all downhill from here.
It's all over now.
Well, I'm excited to be sitting here with you boys. I'm going to be reviewing Visual Plea by Maul Tide, a very recent release, kind of in the more aggressive, sort of effects-driven experimental math rock releases. So I'm excited to be listening to it with you guys today. Have you guys taken a peek at any of the tracks on this album?
I listened briefly to a couple songs, but I haven't listened to the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm excited to hear some math rock from the 51st state of America.
And remind me what state that is? That's Canada, right?
That's Canada, yeah. which is then subdivided into various provinces.
Yeah. I can't wait to get rid of that arbitrary line that divides us and Canada.
No,
we can just be, brethren under the flag. Yeah. We're going to have to get the flag redone too,
We're going to have North Dakota.
North Dakota.
They already talk like that there.
Oh. The Stanley Cup will forever be American.
Jesus Christ. Things are going well, man. Things are going so well. I haven't had a chance to listen to much of this. I've checked out their Instagram. They're very active, so I got to see some cool, sick-ass riff videos, which I thoroughly enjoyed.
Mm-hmm.
But I have no preconceived notions about what the band in long form will actually sound like. So I'm excited. I'm excited to get my feet wet.
Yeah, the dude shreds. So, and this is his passion project. So I'm excited to get into it. And we have Pat Hills on, recording. So Pat did, Tera melos and other things. And I feel like that's perfect. The perfect kind of engineer you want for this project.
Yeah, shouts out, Pat. Shit's gonna sound great, I'm sure. Also, before we get into the music, I just gotta say I really like the album cover. It's fun. It's I don't know, it's got a very comic book vibe to it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm not really a comic book guy, but visually it's very pleasing. I just wanted to...
It gives me a sense of adventure,
Got a lot of cryptids in it.
A lot of cryptids.
A lot of weird shit.
It's very, very Canadian, huh?
Yeah. You mean American?
You're right. It's Maple America, Get some poutine on that bitch. Let's do it. Let's hit it, dude.
Starting off with some 8-bit vibes. Kind of has like a spaceship, like mayday, like kind of vibe where you might be going through like an asteroid belt or something at this point.
Definitely gives me a post Madonna vibe.
Oh yeah, totally, with the pitch shifter. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I love the texture that adds too. That was
For sure.
Proximity Yurz, the opening track. It was 1:14. I thought that was a decent opening with the 8-bit, going into the high energy riffs there,
Yeah.
It's
a good little
intro for what we're about to hear.
Yeah, a good little pace setter, kind of fits perfectly for an Instagram reel. So maybe I've heard that one before, I don't know.
Next one's called Mantis with a bunch of M's.
Mantis.
I will say it's kind of set up like a lyrical song format, and I'm kind of like craving like words, like, or you know, something like vocals on this, just because of like the structure, how it's very like 4, you know, 4 and then 4 and then 2, and you know, it's kind of like very kind of traditional in that format, you know.
Yeah, I was just about to say, I was really wishing there were words right here.
If not words, maybe a second guitar part or some kind of like lead part over that.
Yeah, yeah.
Or just a looped something, like you can have that looped and then loop something over it, you know, like a lead, you know. Yeah.
Oh.
I gotta say, I love the guitar sound.
Yeah, it is really nice and crunchy.
Yeah, I think I just want some variation here. Like, bump over the top. Oh. I like that.
Yeah, but it also like it sets the vibe of like jammy, you know, like jam band kind of vibe. Oh, here's a really interesting bridge.
This could be a tera melos. I mean, that is complicated.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, I like this part.
Yeah,
This
two
part's
different
cool.
lead parts.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay.
I
like the end. I like that end riff. That was cool. I think that end riff probably should have come in a little bit earlier.
Yeah.
I got kind of tired
Despite
of
it all, there was a lot of progression. Yeah, there was like a lot of that like evolving nature of the riffs.
Yeah, I agree that riff maybe could have been teased earlier in the song. Would have been a cool callback kind of thing, but the tones are there, the riffs are there. Yeah, if you're going to ride out a riff like that for so long, there's nothing wrong with it, you know? Sometimes you get a lot of mileage out of some shit like that. Would have been cool to get, I don't know, an extra texture in there earlier on, but I'm fucking with it so far, man. This is nitpicky shit, you know? Like, I'm really liking this. It's giving like Fugazi and Tera melos with some extra effects in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did like the change towards the end of the song too. Like it changed definitely into something different, and like the off kilter like grooves sort of like with the jammy like straight, you know, 4 bars, you know. I feel like that's like a good like balance of two different like sort of worlds of math rock, where, you know, you want something that grooves, but you also want something that like makes you think and like, you know, throws you off a little bit.
And I'm looking here too. Is this just one guy?
Yeah, it looks like it's one guy. That says drummer, or the drums recorded in New Zealand. Shouts out the Shire. Maybe give me room and board out in New Zealand, Mr. Adam McDonald. So yeah, I think it's just Mr. Jake Cummings writing and recording everything besides the drums.
Cummins, he's coming all over everything.
All right. Next song is called Leaking.
Oh yeah.
Coming and leaking. Love it.
Coming and leaking.
Hey, we're pretty smart guys here on this show.
Oh, we can put 2 and 2 together. I already really like this clean tone. I don't like the really scrapey clean tones that a lot of like math rock bands have. This is like really soft and like dark clean tone. I love that. Pairs perfectly with this bass.
My boy Tony likes a lot of low ends.
Well, I mean, within reason.
No reason.
want it to sound like someone's farting on the record.
Just shit on the mix.
Take that tone knob, turn it to 0. Okay? I agree with you though. This is a good tone.
Really gives you a feel for what the drum room sounds like too.
Oh, this is cool. Again, I wish there was some vocals here though.
Yeah, it's set up for that kind of format.
Yeah,
for sure.
And honestly, I don't know why I'm like hearing the person from Jank over this right now.
Why?
Oh God!
Why do
It
we
just sounds
always
like
have
some stuff. It just sounds like some stuff he'd be like, ah. You know? It's not the guy from TTNG. I can't hear him over this.
Sure. I could also hear like more muttery kind of style vocals, kind of like toe, reminiscent of like spoken stuff, kind of.
Yeah. The guy from Algernon.
Yeah, I feel like that would fit it more, that kind of style, where it's like screechy, screamy.
Love that effect tone right there.
It's solid. Damn, dude. Wow. Definitely one of my favorites so far.
That's my favorite so far.
Yeah, I mean, the second track was really good. Like, I really liked the end of it, but this one was just all the way through super engaging. And just, like, the tones throughout, like, with the super heavy, like, distorted, like, big. Like, it almost gave me Delta Sleep, really big, but with a lot of polish and a lot of really nice sheen in the cymbals. That was great.
100% with you on that. I really like the layer building going on in this one. Like, it starts out really nice and sparse with, I think it was just hi-hats in the beginning, and then a little electric guitar comes in, a little bass comes in, and the second guitar comes in, and then it hits you with the more kind of aggressive, more thumping, heavy parts. I also see what you guys mean about it being structured in such a way where vocals would be really welcome. I will say on this song, I don't feel like it is needed the way it almost feels like it's needed on track 2. Especially, I feel like if you're viewing it from an almost post-rock kind of perspective.
It's needed per se, but just, you know, would be nice as an added kind of texture.
Agreed. Yeah. I feel the point I'm trying to make is that this track less so than track 2 for me personally.
I don't know. I feel like I like these tracks. I feel like I'm wishing there was some vocals or maybe just more like lead parts. I don't think so far this is a record I would pay a lot of attention to mentally when I'm listening to it, in the same way that like when I listen to Monobody, I'm like listening to it, I'm like, oh, I'm hearing so many like different interesting things. This is like a good background record. Like I'm playing Rocket League and I'm just kind of like vibing out. Yeah. But I don't think I'm hearing anything where I'm like, oh, what was that? That was crazy. But
also, it's like, it's high energy throughout. It can be consistent. And provide gems. Yeah. I agree.
Hey, put the Celsius can up to the bid.
Really quick, guys. Hey, I tagged them in our last reel, and they liked my message.
Oh, shit.
Did they really?
Oh, yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah, baby.
We're endurance athletes.
Yeah, look, to get through my busy day, my long busy day of smoking weed and working my normal job, I require a minimum of 200 milligrams of caffeine to get me going,
Yeah.
and Celsius does that
All
in a way
natural
that,
flavors.
yeah, it hurts my stomach, but it tastes good, so who cares?
It doesn't hurt my stomach. We're gonna edit that out. We're gonna take
It
that
doesn't
out.
hurt my stomach. I lied. I lied.
Fuck you, Apple.
Today's episode is brought to us by IBS. I be shitting all the time.
I be shitting.
All right, listen. Where were we? Yeah, he's selling CDs for $15.
CDs and nuts.
Dude, who's buying a CD anymore?
Maybe Canadians?
I guess.
I mean, I think CDs are rad.
I feel like they started making cars without CD players. Is that true?
Yes, definitely.
New cars still have CD players. Let's check it out. Yes, some new cars still have CD players, but they are becoming less common. I mean, my computers don't have CD players.
Yeah, most computers don't come with CD or DVD drives anymore.
All right, we're on Subnet Fisheries, the fourth track on the album. It is 4 minutes and 16 seconds. Let's get into it.
Subnet Fisheries. Let's go.
I immediately like this.
Rob Ford vibe.
And kind of like a Primus, like, sort of feel.
Primus,
I could see that. I was kind of thinking like old Modest Mouse.
More angular, though.
Some of that old Modest Mouse shit is pretty angular. This is scaring the hose music for sure.
Yeah, this is some shit we would have played for a girl in high school.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, you know this band?
Yeah.
Like, put on the worst fucking thing.
There's a
I
lot
feel like he
worse.
was.
What was that, Austin? Your mic cut out.
There's some shit you put on that's like, this song reminds me of you. There's just some angular, dissonant, janky shit.
You wanna have sex to this?
This part is giving Strawberry Girls, maybe?
Yeah. There's so much tension being created, so much dissonance being played with, you know? I like this part. This kind of breaks it up a little bit. I was just kind of wondering when it was going to come. Back into the crazy. Really interesting. I almost wish he would go like even lighter on those like really twinkly parts, but I do really like that it's like cutting up the angularity.
I know what you're
Yeah.
I feel like
Oh, this is a little bit more. We're getting some major. Oh no, it goes back to kind of minor chromatic here.
I feel like this is the first track where we're really playing with form and structure compared to the other tracks, which feel like very through composed, right? Like it's just like it's one idea for a long time and then it's the next idea for a long time. This is like revisiting ideas but adding layers and tweaking them. I almost just wish that the number of repetitions per idea would vary a little more.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
That last chord.
Yeah. Picardy third.
I will say I feel like it hasn't been very mathy so far.
Yeah, I was just about to mention, like, Austin wishes it would vary the repetition of the phrases. Have like a 1 and then a 3 and then a 4, different phrasing variations. So I feel like that would add in like a very mathy way. And I was about to say it isn't very mathy in that kind of way, but it's more proggy. I'm getting that kind of vibe.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I agree. It's not coming into a whole lot of odd time signatures or weird phrases. The phrases are very square, and that's not an insult or anything. It's just they're 4 repeats and then 4 repeats and then maybe 2 repeats, but then back to 4. I think all the ideas are so cool though, and the execution is really good. Just want one extra layer of detail in the composition.
Yeah.
Just because there are so many
more leads.
Stacks
Agreed.
of something. Yeah. Keyboards or anything. Yeah.
I was about to say maybe another instrument like a synthesizer or something, just to like a saxophone, just to kind of like break up the sound of just like guitar and bass.
Yeah, especially for a longer cut like that where it's 4.5 minutes almost. But so far I think I'm torn. I think that might be my favorite on an intellectual level, you know what I mean? Like it's got me thinking the most.
The most complex kind of track.
Yeah, and the most ideas introduced, but I think Leaking is still my favorite to just listen to so far.
Yeah. I agree with that.
I like Leaking.
I like Leaking.
I do like Leaking. I leak all day, every day. Subnet Fisheries it's a good song that plays with a lot of dissonance, and I'm glad that there's sections that break that up. It's very pleasing once you kind of resolve into something, and then the final note at the end is you kind of want to listen to the whole song to get to that final little resting place. So yeah,
clever little device to end with for sure.
All right, next one's called Cure Cut. It's under 3 minutes. Interesting. The reverse, like, kind of breaking up
That guitar tone is super interesting. Like just the attack. No.
You have like the acoustic underneath it too.
That room mic is putting in a lot of work.
Yeah, working overtime.
Yeah, I love it. I love listening to the sound of the picking and the actual guitar being played. That's really interesting. I like how that reversed sample or that reversed delay is kind of just going with whatever and no disregard. It's, adding like sour like tones kind of throughout.
Yeah.
Something otherwise like really peaceful and beautiful, It's like looking back and then having like, these sour things that like a reminiscent kind of feel, but also, you reflect on things you probably did wrong, it's kind of like taking me down that kind of like mental narrative.
That was a beautiful tone.
Cure Cut is a really good way of describing that too in the title.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
I like that one.
I wanted to hear what you had to say, but I also
seconds.
Oh.
Just more of that sample or whatever's happening there. That reverse delay. It's really nice. All right.
Yeah. It was really nice. Yeah. I wanted to hear your whole take on it because it was very apropos, but I really liked that one. I feel like wasn't trying too hard to make anything too dense or complex. Like it was just really leaning into how pretty it was. And then, like you said, just having those kind of like dovetails from the reverse delay sample, whatever's happening in the background.
Yeah.
Kind of like conflicts with certain parts in really, interesting, but mostly tasteful ways.
I really like this track. I think it's like it's like in the middle of the album, isn't it? This is track, 5. So basically in the middle, actually directly in the middle. It's like a good reprieve track. Yeah, I just really enjoy it. I like the recording choices that were made on it with the layering and being able to hear the picking and really bringing out the sort of the crescendos and decrescendos and all of that stuff. And the weird background, like reverse delay thing. It was cool. Like that
the
track.
Amp tone too. I bet you would appreciate this, like the gain staging and like the drive kind of breaking up as he's like crescendoing with those chords. You can kind of hear the breakup of the amp.
Yeah.
There's a lot of nice little recording qualities to it, like production value things to it, especially for like a interlude type track with just guitars. I don't think there was any other instrument. Maybe I didn't hear something, but I really like, Ferris, you mentioned how this is like the middle of the record so far, and this is my first listen through, so I don't have like a lot of perspective. So far, I really like the sequencing. I like that it starts out with like very little length and things going on in the first track, and each track up until this point has been adding complexity or like a layer or something to grab onto intellectually. And then this track is very much a drop off, and it kind of, to me, I'm inferring these next two tracks, which are longer, are going to be probably the most intense.
Crazy.
That's my inference thus far. But so far, I'm really liking the sequencing.
Your hypothesis is correct. We're about to stumble upon a 7-minute masterpiece, in my opinion. It's one of my favorite songs on the album. I just get an advanced listen. Yeah, your hypothesis is correct for sure.
Well done on the
Thriller,
Mr. Maul Tide.
Well, I'm just gonna leave it at that. Just, you can see the duration for yourself, so. Alright, so this is Tyranny Sorry Rex, the 6th track on the album.
Don Cabby.
Totally. Don Cab, Tera Melos vibes for sure.
Oh, those chords. Those bass chords. Oh.
That's IBS music right there. That shit sound like a tummy ache.
Oh, yeah. That's really nice.
Ooh.
I was hoping that like pitch shifter texture would come back.
Me too.
Drummer killed it in that one.
Sick.
Absolutely. I like that track. I like that track a lot.
Yeah.
I like that thus far that has addressed my biggest complaint with the record so far, which is the phrasing and the lack of variation in how long certain phrases are. So, especially in the first half of the track. There's some fat riffs, though. There's some cool textures. Yeah, that one went a lot of places. I like that one.
I feel like that track was doing the things that I was wanting from like the first half. It had the same kind of vibe structurally, but there was more like melodic, not even melodic, but there was just like something more to kind of like stimulate that sense of melody or like movement in some way.
I agree. Yeah, I felt like the riffs, it started off pretty good in the beginning of this song, and then like a minute in, the riffs significantly ramped up and everything just became super like kind of crazy and very progressive and fluid throughout the rest of the song. Not to say that the intro is bad, it's just the complexity of the riffs just really ramped up.
Yeah, 1000%. Yeah, it's like, again, thus far the most complicated, complex, deep, whatever kind of track, and I agree, like kind of 2 minutes in or a minute and a half in, and this is kind of where it starts to really like hit its stride in terms of, you know, hit you with all these different things at once, these complex things.
This was a really good example of something that I struggled with Subnet Fisheries, where it was a lot of angularity broken up by very little of the other stuff. This was like a very good balance of both. I felt like it was like very similar to Subnet Fisheries, but it was a lot more varied, and it was exactly what I was wanting.
I feel you. This track gets the fireworks. We were shooting them off. We're doing bottle rockets. Eating hot dogs. We're celebrating this the way America would.
Tearing down
I'm
street
fucking
poles.
leaking.
I'm
fucking leaking right now.
shooting fireworks in the crowds.
Eating glizzies, leaking, fireworks.
All right.
Drinking beer.
So next track is track number 7. It's called Peepin On That 2037 Bowlcut Attitude.
It's a great name.
I really like the variance of guitar tone throughout the album from what I've been hearing. This guitar tone in particular has a very clean but like boingy, like springy, also with a little bit of distortion, you know? Like I like how he's varying the guitar tone for each song, you know, to kind of fit the vibe.
In mathrock, tailoring the guitar tones to the song's specific needs.
Not a lot of, I feel like there's a lot of signature tone that you get throughout, but not a lot of like the variance of just amp settings, you know, or you know, like pickup like settings, you know.
Agreed. Also, I really like this drum.
This is my favorite song for a reason.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, that's nice.
I'm really curious to know how they recorded this, because it doesn't seem like, you know, they were in like the same room or like writing together.
Yeah, I wonder if this was like a Guitar Pro tab trade scenario, or if this was, hey, here's a bunch of demos and some drums I programmed and you just take them and do what you want with them, kind of thing.
Yeah. Well, I just wonder if like the guitar recorded first and then like sent to the drummer. It's like a demo of the guitar sent and sent back. I don't know.
I think probably he composed most of it, kind of similar to how I did things for David. Just like compose most of it and then, you know, have them do their own kind of style take on, you know, what it is.
Yeah. Well, I'm just like, so, because like your stuff, the things we were writing is so structured. And this is like, feels like
a lot more free and like you can kind of,
like this part.
Dude, like I said, it just goes from here, man. I feel like it's kind of like a dark alien cantina vibe, you know, like, I don't know. I keep going to like a sci-fi mental narrative. Just with the album art and like the spacey effects and stuff.
I could see why. It's a very, like I said, a sonic journey. The soundtrack to a space trip. Wow, man, that I just got blindsided. I mean, I did call that this would be the more intense part of the record, but goddamn, there's a lot of meat on them bones.
Oh,
This is tasty.
That was a cool track. I really like the beginning of it. I mean, I like the whole thing. I really like that beginning section before it kind of took the thematic turn. I really like the just kind of drum section. It's not really a solo. It's just like the section.
Like kind of highlight.
That's just like atmospheric, kind of like whatever. Yeah, that was cool.
Because with those like guitar riffs and that huge section right in the beginning, and then the drums are it's just
and the really bass nice at the end with like the really fat like bass line and all that stuff. It was cool. I still think Leaking is my favorite.
Really?
But
okay, yeah. Leaking, definitely. Like, I told them those two like are just super phenomenal for me.
I'm enjoying the second half of the album more than the first half, for sure.
Agreed.
Yes, absolutely. I feel like there's a ton of evolution in the second half of this album. These last two tracks, we kind of go back to more angular stuff, so I'm interested to hear your guys' opinion with that. But second to last track on the album.
Whatever the texture was, it sounds like rattling something in a can.
Oh yeah, the delay, like frozen delay sound. Yeah.
I feel like this is the mathiest track.
For sure. Okay, Austin, you can say it. This sounds like Tera Melos.
This sounds like fucking Tera Melos. Dude, it does sound like Tera Melos, though. That track is...
Yeah, that for sure.
Yeah.
That for sure sounds like Tera Melos.
I'm fucking with it, though. It's succinct, you know? It's like it doesn't stay too long, but it hits you with so many ideas right over the fucking head. It's all weird as shit. Definitely their mathiest cut so far. The tappiest cut so far. Maybe the most effects-driven cut so far. I really like the very end there, where it's just a wash of noise and shit. It feels like you're stepping through sludge and shit and being weighed down, treading water, you know?
Yeah.
Man, I really like that one. Really like that one.
Yeah, that was a good one. It had a lot of good energy. I'm not a big Tera Melos fan, but it was cool. I definitely see the chain of inspiration going down the line.
What if I said it was post Madonna? Because same dude, cut from the same cloth. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but that's Tera Melos. I mean, I get where you're coming from. Like, post Madonna shares some similarities, but if you just showed me that, I'd be like, "Is this Tera Melos?" You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's fair.
But I mean, I don't dislike it. It's cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like.
Yeah.
Some people like cannoli. Some people like calzones. You know.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Hey, go bird.
You guys like the birds?
You're not allowed to say that.
Yeah, I am. I got family from
Not
Pittsburgh.
allowed to use.
It's close enough.
Oh, you're supposed to say yins, guys.
Yeah, yins guys.
Guys.
I got yinzers in my family.
Yeah.
Wait.
Don and Pig Fight.
Wait, shall we get into the last track of the album? Bascada. No?
No. Let's not do it.
No, you got more to say?
Let's just stay here forever in this liminal space between the second to last
We can
and
riff.
final track. I don't know if we got your knee-jerk reaction to Pyramid Addicts. Did we?
I mean, I felt like the angularity was kind of oversaturated in this one. That's why it's not one of my favorite ones. But it was like really, really, really mathy, and so it kind of scratched that itch to kind of have something more technical. And I really liked its addition right after the kind of really more dynamic track that kind of takes you back into it and kind of puts you back into like the like action scene or like high energy kind of like vibes.
I agree with your sentiments, except that I like the mathy, noisy ugliness of it all more than I think either of you guys do. Angularity of it, if you will. Again, the sequencing, man, I think they got that right. I feel like it's really important in a record, especially on that first listen, you know, if you want to keep your audience engaged and shit. Mm-hmm. I probably wouldn't start off the record with Peepin On That 2037 Bowlcut Attitude because it's just so much meat on the bones. I don't
know. I mean, if you're a Tera Melos fan like you, I don't think it would scare you away.
That's true.
For me, I'd be like, "Oh, this band's not for me," and then I'd move on.
That's fair. Right. That's well. I'm talking about. I'm referencing the track before this one, track 7, which personally, I know you're feeling track 3. I'm so far feeling like that's my favorite. But yeah, I see your point. Yes. Yeah. It might not scare the nerdy mathrock kids away, but
it'll scare the hoes.
It'll scare the hose away. There you go.
I will say though, if it was like that, I would have missed out on some tracks I do really like Cure Cut. So
true.
Valid.
Let's get into it. Without further ado, 2 minutes 41 seconds. Bascada, the end of a Visual Plea. Has this huge sound, this huge like mono kind of like really big post-rock kind of sound.
Yeah, this is giving me like This Will Destroy You or something.
And someone else from afar, maybe.
Yeah, sure. On their more, rampy, crescendo-y sections. Yeah, totally.
Yeah, more vampy stuff.
Finally get that piano.
Is it a piano or is it like a guitar that's like really...
That sample at the end was, I think.
Oh, the other thing. Okay. Yeah, that is.
Right at the end.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of introducing an element into a song super late. I think that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very creative. So, what did we think about the song before we get to the recap of the album?
I'm a fan. I like that one a lot. I like the texture of that really fuzzed out sounding. I don't know if that was a guitar or maybe a bass, but I love that texture. And honestly, it's not the angle I expected on that track either, especially texturally. Like, to start with something so fuzzy and like saturated and kind of inarticulate almost, you know? And then to come into like this really grand post-rock, I don't know, ethereal, lots of reverb. I don't know, two kind of not I want to say conflicting textures, but maybe not textures that one would lead me to the other in my own creative process. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Really enjoyed that juxtaposition.
Yeah, I did too. It's really nice when it's broken up by that kind of really high energy but also emotional feeling towards the end. It gives you that sense of, you know, reminiscence of the, you know, what happened and like the things we learned along the way. I love that kind of resolution, you know, and it's just something that my ears naturally crave, I'm sure, among many others, but among the dissonance, among the tension, like everything that's building, I feel like it was really, really nice to end with something kind of simple.
Yeah, I really like that last track. It kind of reminded me of like Girlfriends in some ways.
Sure.
I had like a girlfriend vibe to it.
Yeah.
I think it was this is a really well-paced album. It's got a lot of like range in a lot of different ways. The like really like intense post-rock section was really cool. I'd probably put that in my top 3 tracks on the album.
On the album, right? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's a strong contender. And I was gonna say the part where it does break out into the 808s and the at the very end, it kind of sounds like To You and George Truly a little bit, you know, like right when that section like breaks up, you know,
yeah,
it's
right,
like that little like that little section. I feel like there could be more after that, but you know, the decision to end it there was nice too.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what the next project is going to be like. All right, are we ranking? Are we doing a ranking?
We can, yeah, sure. We didn't, right. We've done it for all of them besides Nil, I think, but we just said it was very good.
All right, let's rank this motherfucker.
So there isn't really, we can start with context because there isn't really context for other releases, so I feel like we should adopt that word or that category for like context within like the songs and the context like within like their relationship to each other. So how did you feel about like the continuity of the album and how engaging like the songs in context with each other were?
I feel like the overall album was really paced well. Like I said earlier, so I liked Leaking and I liked Cure Cut. I felt like the first like half of the album was kind of like a baby version of what happens at the end of the album. I feel like maybe it started too low and then like really ramped up. I think I would have liked a little bit more of what was going on at the later half to be happening at the front half. But I mean, overall, it's a really cohesive album. It's really well put together.
Yeah, I feel similarly. I really like the sequencing. I do wish there were some more moments front-loaded on the record for me as a math rock nerd, especially being that they're an instrumental band. But the ideas introduced in the first half are still cool. I noticed, like, as we go on, we stop mentioning, like, I kind of wish there were vocals here. I kind of wish there were vocals here. Because there's more layers and ideas and, like, things introduced in the second half-ish, pretty much from Tyranny on. Each track has like a little more complexity to it, kind of like you were saying, Ferris. But I think in general, I still think the sequencing of the record was the decisions made were pretty smart, and I think self-aware that like, okay, these first songs will grab people who might not be fans of the genre more than the stuff that the other people are going to be willing to stay for.
I think this album kind of was like, this would be something I would put on while I was playing video games, like doing like my mind was like doing something else as like background music.
I think it's good to just highlight the reliance on the motives, the musical motives, and like evolving structures to like maintain that engagement without the lyrics, you know? Because I felt like we were really kind of like really craving that in the first 3 songs, and then it gave it to that kind of complexity did ramp up and it gave it to you. I feel like, how do you feel about like the balance of those 2 things?
I feel like it was, again, a conscious decision. Feels like the smart thing to do from just an introducing your music to people kind of perspective. I don't know. I think I would have to give it another listen to have too much more to say about those 2 things with like the way it progresses in like a bigger sense, in a macro kind of context. But I think it was smart. I think it allows you to settle into, like you said, some of the motifs that are introduced and some of the conceptual things that are going to be revisited later at greater detail. So I think it's just a good, like, here's an appetizer and now here's the entree kind of approach to it.
Yeah, the structure of the album really catered that experience.
100.
The absence of lyrics, I felt like the emotional communication could have been improved a lot, like what you were saying, by the presence of something. I feel like very small sections of gang vocals, like a la Rooftops or like We Will Destroy You, something like that, like would really be super impactful to like the emotional sentiment that you get.
Yeah, I could see that. Or maybe just like more lyrical, if you're not going to go the vocal route, right? If for some reason you have a principle against doing that for this project, maybe an instrument that is more lyrical in nature than a guitar or, you know, the bass, right? Like, I don't know, you said saxophone earlier, any kind of wind or brass instrument, right? I could see strings even to get emotional kind of weight. But I don't think not having a super emotional weight to your music is a bad thing or an insult. I love Primus, but I don't get emotional listening to their music.
I wouldn't say weight, it's just connection. That like whatever it may feel, whatever emotion it may feel, that you really want the textures in the current, you know, sonic presence to cater that like emotional, whatever you want, you know, to emotionally deliver.
Okay, I see you. I agree with you on that.
For sure. So we started with context. What about mathrock?
Mathiness. Still a tale of 2 cities. I'm not going to repeat myself too much. First half, not that crazy. Second half, real crazy.
But is the second half real crazy?
Well, I feel like it's a lot more dynamic.
It's sonically crazy, but is it like really? Of course, because Austin's
composition
was one of those people that was like, it has to change time signature,
right?
Right, and it does change time signature, but not that much, and not really.
This is something
like
I would give like a 6 to, maybe in mathiness, or like a 5.
I feel like I'm a little more generous than you guys with the ratings overall, though. While, like, in principle, I needed to change time signature. It doesn't have to do it every riff or every song, per se. I was feeling a 7-ish on this one. 7.5, maybe, in mathiness.
Yeah, Ferris, what about you?
I was going to say, like, a 4.
I would say that's not bad. That's not a bad assessment.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like criticism. I don't know that I would necessarily consider this math rock.
I also don't think we've ever set the structures of the sliding scale, and when it comes to mathiness, like I feel like 5 should be middle of the road, and maybe with toe being like slightly under, like not 5, not 4, you know. Even though when we reviewed it, I think we all gave it a higher number, but like I think
it's kind of like
it's like middle.
It's kind of like
mathiness.
I know Tera Melos is like math rock, but when I think about math rock, I don't think Tera Melos. And it's like for me, they're not like, if someone was like, what is math rock? I wouldn't be like, Tera Melos is like emblematic of what math rock is. I feel like Tera Melos is like this like really small subsection that not a lot of math rock sounds like. So I think also that for me just like has an impact. I'd be like more like, oh, you like Minus the Bear, then you might like Tera Melos and like all these other.
I see what you mean. A lot of math rock is, at least a lot of the more popular math rock, especially popular with an asterisk, because
Yeah.
is like
American football plays Coachella.
Yeah, exactly. It's like who I,
But then you get
hence the visual behind us, right?
You get into the discussion of what is real math rock too, with like the Clout Chasers and the the Hellas and the like all those insane bands that are like pushing the genre forward in that kind of sense, the technicality sense, because like there really is something to showcase about this genre in the technical sense. That's what sucked us all in when we were like first getting into the genre, was how like insane it was technically, and also how diverse the sonic palette was across the genre.
Yeah, I mean, like Hella for sure is like very mathy, but again, I wouldn't be like this band is emblematic of math rock. I'd be like this is like a subsection of. I just feel like in general, like I feel like most math rock bands sound like either TTNG or Maps and Atlases, or that like very like twinkly, clean guitar tone, American football, like layered, arpeggiated chords. And then of course you have like the bands around that, like Tera Melos, who are like, we're going to do something completely different from that, but we're still in the genre. All right, so I got 4. What was yours again, Austin?
I was feeling 7.5, something like that.
7. And then Tone, you were...
I was thinking like somewhere between a 5 and a 6, because I think it's more mathy than middle of the road mathiness. Which in my head I'm thinking like, what would be middle of the road mathiness? Like kind of like Jazz for Kids, Langosta, like that kind of level of like tapping, but not really like super complex kind of stuff. So I'd say like 5.5.
Okay. Right. So we got mathiness, we got context, which we have redefined a little bit for this record, and a third and final category.
Did we give scores for context?
Oh, no, we didn't.
No. I think context for all the songs within the context within the album. I think the whole thing that's what it does well. Is the structure. The more technically craving audience, like the more mathy heads, it leaves us craving more, and it delivers with like each song. I feel like probably not as accessible initially to us, that kind of audience, but it still delivers on that kind of evolutional front. And I feel like all of the songs fit really, really well with each other. So I'd say like 9.5. Context for me.
Wow. Yeah. I agree with all those sentiments. It's really well put together. It's really cohesive. It's really focused, and I feel like intentional in terms of sequencing and phrasing and arrangement. I would say 9. Yeah, a solid 9.
Yeah, something that would give it more for me, like make it a 10, like make it perfect, is giving like vocal callbacks or like vocal kind of things, or like other instruments, like to kind of add it in there, like your Rob Ford puts in like a random flute or something, something like that, like some really cool solo or something. Those kind of things to like tie in the weirdness of everything would like really put the bow on the top, for me.
Yeah, I could see that, or like some seamless transitions from one song into another, like some dovetail kind of concepts.
Yeah, which we did get a little of that going from Tyranny Sorry Rex to Peepin On That. I think that's my
favorite stretch of the whole record, so that makes sense.
I'd give it a 10. I think it was well structured.
Nice.
I think it was very intentional. It was well paced. I have no complaints about the structure. So
yeah. All right, well, that's really high marks from the Math Rock squad. So we'll continue on. Favorites. What was the last category?
The fuck is that one?
I've never seen that one. The laser show?
I've never seen that.
The laser show? What the fuck?
Fuck yeah, baby.
Dude.
This is what I bring to the fucking production of the show.
That's crazy, dude. The last one is just like overall just personal rating.
Oh, right.
I like it. It's a good record. I'm going to listen to it again. I'm going to give it, okay, before I give it an actual number, I just want to say this is a debut, correct? This is like their first record. Okay. I don't know how old this person is, Mr. Jake Cummings.
Mr. Cum.
Mr. Luke.
I presume not the first music you have made in a math rock context, but for a debut release for under this moniker is really impressive, like really impressive, and leaves me excited to hear what else you have in the vault, in the tank. I'm feeling like 8, dude. Like, I like this. I'm really impressed for a first listen, especially. I feel like more listens will garner more emotional attachment as well. So
I'm gonna go. I'll probably go with like a 5, just because there are like some songs I really like. There's like 2 or 3 that I really enjoyed. But overall, this isn't like the type of music that I really like to listen to, and I don't think it's bad. It's just like not. It's like not something that I would really choose to listen to. I think it's done well. I think it sounds good. I think it's in line with what I know about Tera Melos and like all those types of bands. I think it's like perfectly in line with those bands. But it's just not something I listen to.
Would you not put like Leaking and maybe Peepin On That 2037? Like, would you not put that like on a playlist of like random songs?
I probably the only ones I'd probably put on are Leaking and Cure Cut.
Okay.
And Bascada. Is that how you say that?
Bascada? Yeah, I don't know.
Bascada?
I don't know.
Yeah, I'd probably put those on there. I probably wouldn't put any. I don't really make like weird, like noisy playlists. Yeah.
Just like
I mean, if I was gonna make a playlist
stuff,
like that, yeah. I think if I was gonna show someone who liked Tera, like if someone was like, I like Tera Melos, can you show me another band? I would definitely be like, check this band out.
Yeah, I mean, for personal stuff, like 5 is good. 5 is middle of the road. You know, it's not super bad.
I consider a 5 like I don't like it or dislike it. It's just like I would listen to it if someone puts it on, but I'm not gonna put it on myself.
For me personally, I feel like it gets like a 7. It's also not one of my favorites types of math rock, the more angular and aggressive style, but I feel like this album does what a lot of those other bands sort of took a while to get, and I feel like this band kind of does immediately, is like the breaking up the craziness, you know, not going too overboard. I felt like I was almost wanting more angularity because of that, and I don't find myself like personally craving that much when I listen to something as aggressive or as you know, distorted or complex, or like as like you know, really, you know, has that heavy rock kind of vibe. I don't get that kind of feeling, but when I listen to this, I like want it to ramp up in like unique and cool and like maybe gritty or aggressive ways. And that is kind of satisfying to me sonically, and the tones that he was able to achieve throughout the album like definitely bring me back to certain tracks for sure. So I'm super happy that I listened to this album. It kind of gave me like a new perspective on those kinds of sounds out of like this scene.
Hell yeah. I am the guy who likes this kind of stuff on this podcast. So hearing you guys say you like it sounds like it's done pretty well.
So that was we got a 5 from Ferris.
Well, my average for my 3 is 6.3.
All right, my overall score is like 7.6 repeating, so 7.5. What was yours?
We'll just go 6.5.
6.5. Mine was 7.5. Austin, your scores were
8 overall.
Oh, nice. Okay, so that would be
like
7.5 average for us.
That's
7.3 repeated, but
solid.
7.5. Yeah. That's decent.
Yeah, that's good.
That's good.
That's up there
That's
on
good.
the releases.
Especially because, you know, first release, you're from Canada. We have no way of knowing you on a personal level except for through hearing this record.
We have no way of trusting whether you're a real person or just like an alien husk.
Dude, this could all be an AI catfish math rock band.
Are you ready to lose your health insurance when you become the 51st state?
Oh my god.
You ready to stand in line at the DMV?
That's right, motherfucker.
Hey, you ready for eggs to be $15 for a dozen? It's going to be great.
You ready for war, buddy? We're going to send you a free gun.
Oh, Canada, help us.
First day.
Please help us.
Nah, fuck us. Leave us.
So
Let us be.
That is... let me be me. Let me be miserable, all right?
Yeah,
in the words of...
It's the American way.
In the words of Bobby Big Balls.
Why would you go Pika? Meds, you're 30! Jesus! Just let me be me! God! All these fucking bitch-made Mark players, get the fuck out of my shit! Let me be miserable! I just lost, you piece of shit!
Let me be miserable. All right. That is Visual Plea by Maul Tide. I'm very, very stoked to have listened to it and talked about it with you guys.
As am I, my friends. Good times,
yeah.
Good album. We did it. That's great.
Were you gonna get the laser show or the fireworks for the outro?
Oh, no. I was kind of going to ask you guys, which one do you want?
I feel like the fireworks is how we
The
usually
fireworks
end it.
is classic.
I'll do the eagle.
All right.
Go
Goodbye,
Birds.
everybody. We love you. Until next time. The mathrock, baby. Goodbye.